online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Belize City, get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, choose the number of occupants, and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Medriva today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Good evening and welcome to Plus News for Wednesday, June 18, 2025. I am Julian Cruz. Today, members of the Public Service Union staged a protest at the Philip Golson International Airport. At 11:30 this morning, members of the PSU showed up at the PGIA with their yellow shirts and placards in an attempt to send a message to the government of Belize regarding the union's request for an 8.5% salary adjustment. Before the demonstration kicked off, union members were barred from entering the airport. PSU President Dean Flowers was upset, stating that he was there to pick up some colleagues who were landing in from Miami and that he had no idea of any planned demonstration.
I come pick up my people that were coming from Miami. Where are them people there?
So they not let you go in?
Well, obviously not.
Right. Do you think that this is a major inconvenience?
What do you mean a major inconvenience?
In terms of you getting in...
I am here to pick up people who are coming in on that flight that just landed. That's all I'm here to do.
So are you being barred entry from the airport?
Yes, something is wrong with this government, man. Something is wrong with this government. How comes as a citizen I can't come pick up my people now when they come in?
Because they have been informed that you plan to come here to create a disruption.
Disruption? I don't even know what the disruption means.
So, does the union plan to protest here today?
The union does not plan to do anything here today.
But you have protesters in the parking lot.
Me? Jules?
I see they have on yellow shirt, they have the sign.
I was requested to do some office visit at the PGIA. I am carrying out my legal responsibility as president of this union. It is not my fault that the Britannia administration is afraid for the visitors of this country to be informed of the oppressive administration that he's administering. Their tourist dollars is going in the pockets of a concession company who is exploiting a contract that was recently renewed. He needs to say that to the tourists. He needs to justify that. No, he can deny me from pick up my people there because he sees me as a threat. The biggest threat is cabinet. That is where the deals are being brokered.
After not being allowed inside, Flowers alighted his vehicle and made his way to the parking lot, where he met up with other union members with placards. According to the demonstrators, they chose the airport as the location for today's protest, as they wanted the tourists to know that the government does not care about workers.
We're in support of the joint. First Vice President for the Public Service Union of Belize. As you can see, my poster, it reflects of what exactly is happening now. we are harassing the trade unionists, and that has become an important thing in Belize. When now we start to harass the trade unionists, it's important for Belize to recognize that we don't have freedom of speech anymore. We don't have freedom of expression. We don't have freedom of congregating. It's important for you to recognize that now you're starting to harass the trade unionists. Sooner or later, they might start harass Jews. So what do we do now? We have to stand up for all the things that are going wrong in our country. And this is one way. We might not be many, but numbers count. We are in power to show the government of Belize that there are a lot of things that we can do, but this is one way of showing the tourists. Today was geared towards letting the tourists understand what's going on in Belize. We welcome you. We welcome all the tourists in the country, but as such, we have a lot of things that are going on.
After being barred from entering the airport, some of the union members' vehicles were locked. The members were told that in order to have their vehicles unlocked, they would have to pay a fee of $50. After being told to pay the fee, the members blocked the entrance of the PGIA, stopping any cars from entering.
Come pick up some people and they lock my vehicle. How the hell they want to lock my vehicle and I not utilize them parking lot? Then they want to look for me and tell me that I have to go upstairs, go pay $50 until they make them unlock my vehicle. What do they think? That either the tourists, what they charge for $5 exit and exploit for their own benefit? No, man. No, man. The tourists that will come in need to know what kind of administration we deal with. How will they charge me $50 for that they lock me in? Jews lock me in, not Jews that are Jews lock me in. Then they want to lock my vehicle, but how want to reverse? I want to knock Jules' vehicle? I can't afford, I don't got insurance like that. Jules got comprehensive. Nah, man, unlock my vehicle. How Prime Minister Briceño treat his workers? Make that a concession company with the ass for another 100-year contract. They need to show us what that renewal look like, and we need to know who are the beneficial owners, because we understand ministers are no part of the beneficial ownership. Me, they drive through, they stop me, and they lock my vehicle. I don't know whose instructions. You are the officer in charge. I need my vehicle, Mr. Raimundo.
I'm communicating with the person in charge of this.
It would appear that the concession company more powerful than the police department. That's the way you appear, because how can Mr. Raimundo not command these officers to do their damn job? It's a shame, man. So what, that Norwegian key with EPA now? It look like they are, and this is what I'm saying. This airport are not for Belizeans. This airport has been under siege by a group of political actors for years. And Belizeans need to know that all the money flying through this airport is going into the hands of a few, and Jules know that contract was renewed 2 years ago, Jules. One new beneficial owner who is now a minister is on that list. You need to get that disclosure.
The entire ordeal lasted about 20 minutes. During the PSU's protest at the PGIA, the president of the union, Dean Flowers, stated that if government is unwilling to meet the joint union's demands, the membership of the PSU will continue to protest at the airport.
It is important that the government understand that the PGIA will be our new stamping grounds. We will return here. The right here, so all the excitement will happen until justice is served and public officers are given what they are due. They need to get their financial czar, to go out there and find the money that is owed to us. Because the PGIA, we will return here. This will become our new stamping ground, because the international community need to know that when they come to Belize, then they contribute to a corrupt system. And so if they want we continue disrupting the tourism sector, whether in the fleece right now, if they don't want we disrupt it, they need to also do the right thing. Give the public officers what is due to them. Give the public officers what they've worked for. and address governance issues in this country. And so if they think that today are the only time we can come back here until this impasse is resolved, they're wrong. And to those officers who don't even appreciate the fact that the fight that we're engaging in, which is to fix a corrupt and broken system that is paying them pittance. It's a shame that they act so quickly to lock these vehicles which are on public byways. And the Belizean people need to understand, and you can't continue to allow these millionaires who have gotten rich off our backs continue to treat us like puppets and go with the turn against each other like this, man. Come on.
13-year-old Lissy Yamilet Milian has been missing for 3 days, and as of midday today, her family says there are still no solid leads on her whereabouts. Milian, a resident of Melchor de Mencos, Guatemala, disappeared on Monday while attending classes at San Jose Roman Catholic School in Sokots Village. According to classmates, she left during lunch and got into a white car. Some reports indicate she told friends she was going to meet her aunt or possibly her mother. There has also been an unconfirmed sighting of Milian at the West Star service station in Warring Creek Village. Police have questioned family members in Belize, but they claim to have no knowledge of her whereabouts. While the family has not confirmed whether they believe she was kidnapped, they told our newsroom that whoever took her may have deceived her into getting into the vehicle. The search for Milian continues. Honorable Chris Koye says GOB will only propose what they can afford. That is their message to the union. We'll share more right after this break.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2024 annual general meeting at the BEL corporate headquarters on 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway, Belize de Belize at 3 p.m. on Thursday, June 19th, 2025. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification, such as a social security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's CEO or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters on 2.5 miles Philip Wilson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5 p.m. on June 17th, 2025. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 227-0954 extension 1512.
The project aims to support 1,500 individual producers, 120 groups, and MSMEs.
Today we commence a first disbursement of almost 1.5 million Belize dollars to a total of 549 farmers. These farmers have all met the selection criteria and will each be issued a first portion of 2,000 Belize dollars to prepare equipment and agriculture inputs that align with sustainable practices. Once this finance has been satisfactorily used, a second portion of the same amount will be issued to the farmers.
I was praying to be chosen to get this grant.
I'm a beekeeper, so I will purchase more beehives so I could grow more.
This financial support definitely will move me forward and faster to accomplish my farmer's dream.
We thank you for all the hard work and the dedication for continue to put healthy, nutritious food on our table.
From power tools to plumbing supplies, paints to light fixtures, at Benny's Kayo, we've got it all. Our extensive range of construction and household products ensures that you'll find exactly what you need, whether you're a seasoned contractor or a weekend do-it-yourselfer. Visit us at Mile 43 George Price Highway, Cotton Tree Village, just outside Belmopan, and discover the convenience, quality, and affordability that set us apart. Your next project starts here. Benny's, quality and savings.
This morning's protest by the membership of the Public Service Union at the PGIA was just one of many demonstrations that has been taking place throughout the country of Belize by the unions. The unions are currently seeking an 8.5% salary increase from the government, but it does not seem that government is willing to do so in one sweep. The last response from GOB was that they were willing to pay a 4% salary increase at this point, but that it was rejected by the joint unions. Today we caught up with the Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Honorable Chris Koyi, and according to the Minister, the government can only offer what they can afford.
Well, I think that's a decision for the Cabinet and Prime Minister, but ultimately we can only do what we can afford. So the finances, reviewing the finances, looking at what makes economic sense, what makes financial sense, not just for today, but for tomorrow and further into the future, is what we have to have account of before any adjustments can be made. What is clear is that we can afford what was proposed in the second proposal.
And was that, as the teachers read it, that it was including the 4% linked to the pension changes and so pension reform?
I think the pension reform propositions, that's been on the table, that's been ongoing, a part of the ongoing discussions between the government and the joint unions for a couple of years now. There's been quite a bit of analysis. But what is absolutely clear, certainly what I've seen, is there has been miscommunication, if not misinformation, being provided to the public by the joint unions so far as what the reform proposals constitute. There is no proposition that all existing public officers and teachers will immediately have to pay 5% contribution. That's totally inaccurate. What is in fact the case and what is being put on as the proposition is an incremental move from non-contributory to a contributory pension plan. There is no non-contributory pension plan for public officers in the entirety of the Caribbean and Latin America. It's a total anomaly that it continues to exist in Belize. But at the same time, I think the government recognizes that it has to be a process. There has to be a process, both in relation to contribution rate, in relation to retirement age, and in relation to the replacement rate. In relation to the contribution rate, what through the analysis done by both the SSB actuary and the IMF, is that contribution pension or contributor pension scheme be introduced in an incremental way over a period of 10 years, with a 0.5% increment being introduced each year until you reach the 5% at the end of 10 years.
Two former presidents of the Public Service Union, Gerald Henry and Dorothy Obermeyer, are pushing back against criticisms from the Office of the Auditor General following a silent protest they staged earlier this month. The protest held in front of the Ministry of the Public Service in Belmopan saw both Henry and Obermeyer raising concerns about what they describe as ongoing irregularities within the Auditor General's office. In response, the Auditor General issued a press release last week criticizing the duo. That statement claimed that the issues Henry and Obermeyer highlighted were the result of their own actions, specifically their refusal to sign a mandatory code of ethics. Speaking at today's press conference, Obermeyer, who previously served as both PSU president and an auditor, rejected that assertion. She argued that the code of ethics in question had no relevance to Belize or the specific responsibilities of the Auditor General's office. That, she said, is why both she and Henry chose not to sign it.
While I was working in the office of the Auditor General, there was this so-called code of ethics that was forced on technical officers to sign. Once this document was not signed, you were not assigned an audit task. The reason stated was that you placed the audit at risk. First of all, this document that they are forcing officers to sign is, one, an international document that has absolutely nothing to do with GOB, the government of Belize, and the Office of the Auditor General. Two, the government of Belize never signed onto this document. According to a letter from the Office of the Auditor General, it was adopted by a former Auditor General upon attending a Caribbean Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions, CAROSI, event where he signed and agreed to adopt the International Standards for Supreme Audit Institutions, ISIS. The government of Belize was never aware of an Auditor General adopted and ratified an international standard was never tabled in the House of Representatives.
According to Obermeyer, Belize's constitution already provides stronger and more appropriate protections for public officers than the foreign-based code being imposed.
If this document is so extremely important for the execution of audit tasks, why was the institution of Belize not a part of the new code of ethics exercise? And why are they still using the code of ethics that was created in 1998 and not the current one that was passed by Intosai in 2018? I reiterate, this document has no place within the Office of the Auditor General. The reason being, within the Belize Constitution, Public Service Regulation 2014, there is section 7. The heading of that is Code of Conduct. ISI 1330, Code of Ethics, number 15, states a code of ethics or a code of conduct. It never said code of ethics and a code of conduct. The Belize Constitution Public Service Regulation 2014 covers me as a public officer. Yes, the eyesight could have been used in the sense of stating that Belize already has a constitution that covers us. That is the right process to have been taken by the Office of the Auditor General, and not trying to force us to sign on something that we have absolutely no reason to do so.
Today was the opening of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce's trade mission to Belize. While Belize and Trinidad have been key trading partners for years, there is room for improvement on both sides. Today's event culminated in the signing of a trade and business development alliance between the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber and the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, aimed at strengthening cross-border partnerships. Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Chris Coyi, spoke on today's event and the partnership between Belize and Trinidad and Tobago.
First that I am aware of, I'm not sure that there was any before, but it's a good start. We've been, yeah, go ahead.
What's the trade like currently with Trinidad?
I think it was referred to earlier in the presentations. I think we exported, I think the number was around $97 million last year to Trinidad, and we import quite a bit less, but the opportunity is there for increased trade among both countries. They signed an MOU between the two chambers, but certainly the City Council has been involved as well.
Full Circle Belize hosts handover for 2 industrial plastic recycling machines. More on that when Plus News returns.
Manuel, el cajón se volvió a trabar. Creo que debemos ir a Builders Hardware otra vez.
¿Otra vez? ¿Por qué no solo pedirlo en línea?
Ah, es cierto. Manuel, se me olvidaron las guías del cajón.
In our world that's always changing, one thing stays the same.
Our promise as Smart Belize to keep you connected.
Connected to the moments, the people, and the future that matter most.
With every new tower, our service upgrades, and every new smile, we're keeping our promise in building more than a network.
We're building a future, a family as Smart Belize. From Punta Gorda to Corozal, we are here not just as a network, but as your partner in progress.
We have grown significantly over the past 20 years, and we just keep growing. Thank you for placing your trust in us. We remain dedicated to providing meaningful connections that bring value in every way that matters to you. We continue to bring people together.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
There was an equipment handover ceremony and site visit at Full Circle Belize in Bella Vista Village today. The Global Environment Facility, GEF Small Grants Program, handed over 2 industrial plastic recycling machines capable of processing used plastic into reusable materials such as pallets, fences, or benches. These machines, valued at 200,000 Belize dollars, procured by GEF, will help Belize to address the growing amounts of plastics and turn them into useful and reusable products. Alongside this, these machines and the plastic processing plants that will come with it will also bring more jobs into the Belizean job market, generating income for the surrounding communities. Our Denriga correspondent spoke to Lionel Rekenia, the national coordinator of the GEF Small Grants Program.
Today, the UNHCR Small Grants Program is pleased to be handing over 2 industrial machines to process used plastics into reusable materials such as fence posts, or to produce pallets, or to produce benches. And so it is an upcycle of plastics through the Full Circle Belize initiative as part of Humana People to People. These machines were procured by the UNDP GEF Small Grants Program offices in Cuba, along with efforts by the UNDP Belize GEF Small Grants Program team to enable these machines to be procured directly from Colombia. These machines will help us to address the scourge of plastics and to turn them into reusable products such as fence posts. One, there is an added value of producing pallets, for example. There's less trash to be in our ocean, and there's more civic pride and effort to ensure that we collectively use a whole of society approach to address the issue of plastics in Belize. Certainly, the intention here is to create job opportunities, economic opportunities for people who would want to, one, collect plastics and then ship the plastics to this processing facility, to then also be able to create some form of employment and reducing the availability of just having plastics discarded along our highways or on the streets. This initiative requires a whole of society approach. Government, private sector, business owners, schools, communities, and we are happy to be collaborating with Humana People to People to transfer this knowledge from Cuba. Essentially, this is a technology transfer from Cuba, which basically the expertise. We sent the delegation of Belizeans to go to Cuba last year to learn about this technology, and today is a remarkable moment because we're seeing this knowledge, this transfer of knowledge, technology being implemented here in Belize. Certainly, there's a chain of individuals who could benefit from this initiative. One, the people who then collect the plastics in the various communities, and then, of course, facilitate the transportation and the delivery here to this facility. But also, I can see where in this facility, at least 12 to 15 jobs can be created from this initiative here, the upcycling of plastics. We're talking about grade 2, so we're talking about grade broken chairs, plastic chairs, broken plastic chairs, type 2 plastics like drums, plastic drums, bottles like the Clorox bottles, the Downy bottles, or the 5-gallon water bottles. So the call today is, one, don't discard those type 2 plastics. Bring them to the recycling facility here, be produced into. Here we have an example of pallets which has been produced. And over there we have an example of a bench that has been produced, and a 4x4 post, which can be used to, for example, in the cattle industry. Instead of cutting trees, these farmers can use these posts to basically reduce our dependence on plastics and have plastics discarded all over the community.
Earlier today, His Worship Pablo Kawich, the mayor of the city of Belmopan, released a social media post reviewing his first year in office. In the post, His Worship Kawich addressed 8 major points: transparency, accessibility, investment, maintenance, events, climate action, community space, and finance, going into depth about each point and demonstrating the work the Belmopan City Council has done within the first year of his mayorship. Here is His Worship Pablo Kawich, the mayor of Belmopan City, speaking more about his first year in office at the council.
In the first year of my administration, we have worked toward building trust, restoring the city's financial security and stability, while putting policies in place for a stronger Belmopan. In line with Plan Belize, we're moving Belmopan forward. Transparency. Growing a city starts with listening. We held our first public meeting, made numerous public notices, press releases, and established a functional public relations office which has opened the doors to transparency, giving residents a real seat at the table. Our debt to Social Security has been fully repaid, and we've established a path towards full reconciliation with the Belize Tax Service, restoring security and dignity to our workforce. Through wise investments and other collaborative donations from the Ministries of Local Government, Tourism, and ReconDev, we acquired modern equipment to serve our city, from a street grader, garbage compactors, an excavator, a tractor, to pickup trucks and other small equipment. These tools are transforming the city, and residents are seeing the difference. Belmopan's social scene is also on the rise, with our monthly night market, which now welcomes over 100 vendors. Our events, from concerts, holiday festivals, and our free New Year's Eve celebration, have given residents and entrepreneurs a reason to gather, grow businesses, create jobs, and bring joy to the city. Climate action. We have invested in our youth's future through the Bloomberg Philanthropies Youth Climate Action Fund, allowing youth across Belmopan access to funding of $100,000 Belize in Phase 1 and $200,000 in Phase 2, leading the way in climate sustainability, empowering learning to shape real change for Belmopan. We have reclaimed, upgraded, and invested in public spaces and sporting facilities. Through collaborations with our area representative, Honorable Oscar Mira, and ReconDev, significant improvements have been made to centralized parks, such as Sir George Brown Field and Governor General's Field. Belmopan City Council is currently financially stable, but with greater tax compliance from residents, we can do even more. Every tax dollar helps us invest in better services, infrastructure, and improvements that directly benefit you and our community. Belmopan is growing. Belmopan is our home. Let's keep moving Belmopan forward.
And here is wishing the mayor all the best in his next year of stewardship of this fine city. With that, we come to the end of our newscast for tonight. We want to say thank you so much for tuning into Plus News. And be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we bring you all the latest happenings from around the country. Until then, do take care. See you next time. Have a good night's rest. Bye-bye.